The Galactic Council chambers fell silent as Ambassador Aliana stepped forward, her boots echoing against the crystalline floor. Representatives from 47 species watched her approach the central podium, their various appendages rustling with anticipation. The human delegation had requested an emergency session, and rumors had spread like wildfire through the station. "Esteemed members," Aliana began, her voice steady despite the rage burning behind her eyes. "For 300 cycles, humanity has endured your tests. We've swallowed our pride when you questioned our worthiness. We've remained diplomatic when you doubted our intelligence. We've stayed peaceful when you restricted our expansion to a single system." The Vrexian representative, a being of tentacles and bioluminescent skin, rippled with what might have been amusement. "Ambassador, surely you understand the Council's caution. Your species is young, volatile." "Volatile?" Eliana's laugh was cold. "Yesterday, your enforcement fleet fired upon the colony ship Perseverance. 3,000 civilians, including children, dead in the void. You claim it was a navigational error, but our black box data tells a different story?" She activated the holographic display. The chamber filled with images of the attack weapons hot, targeting systems locked, deliberate, and calculated. The silence deepened. Back on Earth, in the military command center buried beneath the Colorado mountains, Captain John Martinez watched the transmission with clenched fists. He'd served in the Diplomatic Protection Corps for 15 years, always holding back, always following orders to maintain peace at any cost. Today was different. "Sir," his communications officer turned to him, her face pale. "Ambassador Aliana has given the signal." John nodded slowly. "Then humanity's tolerance has officially run out. Execute protocol reckoning." What the Galactic Council didn't know, what they'd arrogantly refused to investigate despite humanity's warnings, was that humans had spent 3 centuries preparing for this moment. While they played the role of grateful supplicants, human engineers had been working in secret. The Council had assumed humanity's restriction to Sol System was a prison. They'd never considered it might be a forge. "Members of the Council," Aliana continued, her composure returning with an eerie calm, "you've made assumptions about humanity based on our brief history. You've seen our tendency toward conflict and deemed us primitive. You've witnessed our emotional nature and called us weak. But you fundamentally misunderstood what you were observing. On every border of Council space, human ships began decloaking. Not dozens, not hundreds, thousands upon thousands of vessels, each utilizing technology that made the Council's finest ships look like ancient relics." The Vrexian's bioluminescence flickered with alarm. "This is impossible. Our sensors would have detected—" "Your sensors saw exactly what we wanted them to see," Aliana interrupted. "You thought you were observing humanity? We were observing you. 300 cycles of study. We know every weakness in your shields, every flaw in your weapon systems, every fracture in your alliance." John's fleet emerged from quantum fold space around the Council station itself. His flagship, the Indomitable Will, dwarfed the station's defense platforms. Through the view screen, he could see the Council representatives scrambling in their chamber below. "All batteries, target locks confirmed," his weapons officer reported. "We have firing solutions on every Council military installation in this sector." "Hold fire," John ordered. "This isn't about destruction. It's about understanding." In the Council chambers, Aliana pulled up another display. "Do you know what humanity's greatest strength is? It's not our technology, though we've clearly surpassed you. It's not our numbers or our ships. It's our memory. We remember every species you've subjugated, every civilization you've tested into extinction, every time you've used the Council as a weapon against those who wouldn't bow." The hologram showed records spanning millennia, species after species, all following the same pattern humanity had experienced: restrictions, tests, provocations, and finally, convenient accidents that eliminated potential threats to Council dominance. "We've contacted every species you've suppressed," Aliana continued. "The ones surviving in hidden colonies after you declared them unsuitable. The ones mining asteroids in exile after failing your arbitrary standards? The ones serving as labor caste because they couldn't defend themselves? And we've offered them something you never did. A choice. Across the galaxy, simultaneously, human ships appeared in orbit of subjugated worlds. But they weren't firing weapons. They were broadcasting a simple message. Humanity stands with you. The Council's reign of tolerance has ended. Join us or remain neutral. But you will never be subjugated again. The Vrexian finally understood. You're starting a war you cannot win. We're not starting anything, Aliana said quietly. We're ending what you began centuries ago. And make no mistake, we can win, but we'd prefer not to fight at all. So here's humanity's ultimatum. The Council disbands. Each species governs itself. Free trade and genuine diplomacy replace your protection racket, or... She didn't need to finish. Every screen in the chamber showed the human fleet's overwhelming presence. John opened a channel to the Council. This is Captain Martinez of the Terran Defense Forces. You have 1 standard hour to evacuate this station. It will be dismantled, not destroyed. Your people will be safely transported to your homeworlds. The age of the Council is over. The age of genuine cooperation begins now. The Vrexian representative's luminescence dimmed to near darkness. Defeat and recognition flickered across their form. How long have you been planning this? Aliana smiled, but there was no warmth in it. Since the day you first called us primitive. Since the first time you underestimated human patience. You mistook our tolerance for weakness, our diplomacy for fear. But there's an old human saying you should have learned. Beware the fury of a patient man. Humanity has been very patient. As the Council representatives began their evacuation, John received reports from across the galaxy. 42 suppressed species had already joined humanity's coalition. The Council's enforcers were surrendering without shots fired. The revolution was bloodless, overwhelming, and absolutely inevitable. Ambassador, John transmitted to Aliana, the day humanity's tolerance ran out will be remembered across the stars. Yes, Aliana replied, watching the Council's symbol being lowered from the station. But let's ensure it's remembered as the day we chose justice over revenge. That's what will truly make us different from them. In the end, it wasn't humanity's weapons or technology that the alien species would never forget. It was the mercy shown by a species that had every reason to be merciless. The day humanity's tolerance ran out was also the day the galaxy learned what humans had known all along. True strength isn't about domination. It's about knowing when to act, and having the wisdom to act justly when you finally do. The HFY moment wasn't the revelation of human military might. It was the restraint that came with it.